Welcome to a somewhat chaotic sewing room. I have been trying to get organized since getting back from Sisters and trying to get myself to focus, which has been somewhat of a challenge because what I can tell you is when you spend a week in the company of thousands of creative quilters, it is really hard to focus. You just want to run in 10 different directions, try 10 different techniques, buy all the kits, try out all these different techniques. I mean, it is really stimulating for me. So I am going to just kind of hopefully go through a few things that I can hear my garage door opening. G must be back. He went to go wash Penny. You know, she's kind of dirty. But I'm just going to kind of go through a lot that I want to share with you, not in any particular order, just what it is, okay? Bear with me. I did come home and make my pillowcase for July because I wanted to get it off of, I wanted to check the box. So July's pillowcase is done. So we're on schedule with the pillowcases. And now I get to, in another week here, we're August, and it continues to be a busy summer, so I'm going to pick out some fabric for August pillowcase, and that one agenda, getting it done makes me feel better about myself, so I want to keep going on it. I also have been working on, my youngest grandson, just a kind of a play quilt for him, throw it on the ground. And if you remember, I had gotten the jelly roll pack from So Yeah Quilts, and it was the little animals. And so I'm making these 9-patch blocks, alternating with a flannel block of animals, just a plain square flannel block, so it's kind of cozy. And I actually have, so I have this pile done. I am going to be sewing these together, and I have all of my strips sewn together, but not cut into the 2.5 by 3, the 3 squares together. Does that make sense? But I have all the strips sewn together. So that's the project that I'm kind of focusing on a little bit here in the next few days, because it should be fairly quick and feel somewhat satisfying to get it done. You know what I mean? So that was, that is something that I'm looking forward to continuing to work on in the next couple weeks. I have lots going on this summer. I don't know about you, but don't you feel like it's like we're all so hungry for connection, and we're so hungry to see everybody, and yeah, trying to figure it all out. But I thought I would show you a few cute things. One is a friend gave me this little rain gauge. I'm kind of thinking that I might use it like a vase with flowers. It's adorable. And then from my Twisted Sisters, absolutely stunning, I received, look at this. Is that not incredible? Let's see. Oh, it's the December 24th issue. How incredible is that? 1924. 1924. And just to look through this is Needlecraft Magazine. I mean, it's trims for linens. You know, when lacing, tatting was really the craft of the day. Look at 10 cents for a ball of Clark's crochet thread. Patterns. It is just no reason for gray hair. Q-Band Hair Color Restorer will restore your hair to its original dark color. Makes you wonder what it's made out of, huh? And just reading the ads, this has been such a treat. Knitted Russian blouse with sports hat to match. I don't know, this baby Blue Eyes, she kind of creepy. She's kind of creepy. It's so much fun to look through these, and I so appreciated receiving this. Oh. So I got that, and then look at this. Now, we used to do the challenge fabric. If you go back a couple of years, 3, 4, no, be before 5 years, the Twisted Sisters and I would have challenge fabric, and we'd make stuff out of it. So this is their challenge. The challenge fabric that I got was this piece right here. So look at this awesome bag. It's so cool. So I got my challenge fabric back with this awesome, awesome tote. And then one of the other sisters used the challenge fabric as a book cover, you know, with the little pen holder. And this has a little thimble charm, and the pen says, "Be kind." So this is so much fun. And since I've been encouraged, just inspired and encouraged by Linda with journals, it's like, wow, it's opened up a whole new way of decorating my journal. And I just can't get over this little tiny bookmark Carla Alexander gave me. It's adorable. Look at how tiny those windows are. And we'll be visiting Carla at her studio at a future date, sometime probably early fall, so stay tuned for that. I did order some pin cushions. You know, it's not that you can't make pin cushions. I mean, we all can make pin cushions, but sometimes you see a pin cushion that is just so adorable, and you want to support these creative people. We want more creative people in the world. And so Sister Susie Sews, who's in the UK, has an Etsy shop, and I ordered a couple pin cushions from her. And look at this one. Isn't that just so sweet? and then it's a hexie. I couldn't pass it up. And look at the back of it. It has bees on it. But it has a little embroidered flowers here, and then the hexie button and rickrack around. It was just so adorable. So I ordered those off of Etsy. Etsy's dangerous, huh? Don't you agree? It's a wonderfully dangerous place. I had this brainstorm because one of the classes that I taught at the Quilters Affair was Bonnie Sullivan's All Through the Night pillow. And a lot of her patterns come with this pre-printed panel that you could insert. But then once you use it, you kind of are done with the pattern. So here, you know, like I prepped this one, and I just have to do the stitches and the embroidery, and then this one will be done. But I had this brainstorm during the class on this particular, and I know that the Stitch and Post has kits still available for this particular project. But when you think about it, with the fabric that you can print photos on, wouldn't it be fabulous to print photos to insert in this kit? So if you got the kit, you wouldn't have to use the robin. You could get the photo print fabric, and you could print like a picture with your girlfriend or someone who you've lost or your pet that you've lost, and insert it into this pillow. I mean, I thought, wow, I'm going to do that. So know that there's kits still available at the Stitch and Post. I just love her designs. They're always all so beautiful. Let's see, what else have we got going here? I do know that this particular quilt will be my next quilt to bind because it's being gifted to someone, and so I have to get this done before September. And so yeah, that's the next quilt too. And so the list, the quilts that need binding behind me is getting smaller, which is really cool. Now the inspiration of the quilt show is all of the quilts and the quilt makers. But you really can't imagine unless you're actually there. I mean, sure, our video is fabulous, but it didn't get every quilt in the show. And it doesn't give you the same feel as when you're standing in the sunshine next to thousands of other creators, admirers. It truly is a special event. And whether you can make it in 2023 or 2024, put it on your bucket list. Even if it's on your bucket list, it's one step forward, because it truly is an amazing event. Now, there were a bunch of quilts that I fell in love with. I fell in love with so many of them that you want to kind of, not, some you fall in love with and you say, wow, that's not going to be something I'm going to be able to create. Or you realize, I have to make that quilt. And so there was one quilt that just stuck in my head. And it was a Halloween quilt with Halloween houses. It was so sweet and scrappy, and don't we love scrappy? And I thought, you know, I don't have to make it as big as that quilt was, but I could make it as big as what I hang in my entryway. And therefore, I could make seasonal ones or holiday ones with all the scraps, because I have piles of Halloween fabrics, piles of Christmas fabrics, fall fabrics. You know, we just do that. And so I hunted down the pattern, and I ordered it off of Etsy. Yes. And it's Jamberry's Quilt Company. Phyllis. And I'll put this in the drop down too, but you can stop the video if you want to write this down. And here's the pattern. So you see all those houses? It's called Jumble, a charm pack mashup. But I am going to be doing one for Halloween, one for Christmas, you know, fall one. And, you know, mine won't be quite as big as this because I want it to fit on that hanger that hangs in my entryway. So it's got to be like this one is 69 by 75 and a half. Mine is going to be more like a 40 by 40 around there. But I think it's just going to be a whole lot of fun. Yeah. So I'll put this information in the drop-down box if you are interested in getting yourself a pattern and doing something like that. It's by Miss Rosie's Quilt Company, but I got it off of the Etsy shop, Jamberry's Quilt Company. Yeah. So I think I'm wrapping it up here. Yeah, I think I'm wrapping it up because I got to get sewing. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful week. Ours is going to be in the 90s. It's going to be fantastic. And, yeah. So in the heat of the afternoon, I'll be here stitching away. Hope you join me.